got to know him there. He's full of life, full of fire. He came here voluntarily, took the plane. He couldn't leave the comedy early. He took a rental car. He found that lady. When I asked him, would you do, now you come with all the effort, would you do a training? He said, yes. Another applause. And then he said, Dominican Republican style, well, it's not really a training. It's karaoke with life. And I'm really looking forward to it, and later you will see Jeff again, don't worry. So,
you are my fire, the one desire, believe when I say I want it that way. I have not been a big fan of boy bands ever since the Disney Channel came up with cartoons of the New Kids on the Block. However, that Backstreet Boys song I was just singing with you guys is my #1 hit single whenever I hit the karaoke's. Every time I sing it, I dance to it, I act, I try to engage the audience because then and there, I feel like a star. Then and there, I own the stage. And even though we can be born with a talent, and even though people might think we are good at certain things, there's one thing that will make us stand out from the rest in karaoke's. There's one thing that will make us stand out from the rest in Toastmasters. There's one thing that will make us stand out from the rest in life. Fellow prestigious speakers and Barcelona Toastmasters, that thing is enthusiasm. According to Wikipedia, the word enthusiasm originally meant possession by the presence of a God. Nowadays, the meaning, of course, has gone down a notch. In Cambridge, says it's the feeling of energetic intention, of energetic desire, of being involved with a thing or an activity. To be enthusiastic is to be joyfully goal-driven. To be enthusiastic is to put a meaning, to put a goal to life. Enthusiastic people work harder, go further. They exceed expectations. And as a consequence, they make more money, they have more friends, and in general, they lead much happier lives. Charles Schwab said that a man can achieve anything as long as his enthusiasm has no limits. In other words, somebody with little skill but a lot of enthusiasm will most likely outdo someone very well prepared but with no enthusiasm whatsoever. I personally believe that enthusiasm is extremely beneficial, mainly because it brings out the best of us. The joy, the energy we get from having goals, from being really interested in things, work wonders in us. To give you just a few examples, when we are enthusiastic, we normally get up on the right foot, on a positive manner. This creates a chain reaction that makes for things to unfold correctly. Have you ever woken up excited about something that had to happen, or something that you had to do that day? How did you feel? I bet you rocked that day. Example number 2. Enthusiastic people are very productive, almost like Germans. They work faster, they work better because they tend to enjoy the process. They like the feeling of a job well done. Have you been in a project that you really liked? A project that almost felt like your own baby. How did you do it? I bet it didn't even feel like work. Last example. By exuding the positivity we get from being enthusiastic, we attract positive people, interesting people, our kind of people. Therefore, we become more social and we expand our professional and social circles. In the year 2009, I lost my job. And I was forced to move to Madrid for work reasons, leaving behind my girlfriend and my very close friends. From that day, I never stopped thinking about returning to Mallorca. 3 months ago, I was offered a better paid job in an industry completely new to me, back at the island. My boss told me that she offered me the job mainly due to my personality and my energy, even though I lacked some of the knowledge that I needed to perform the tasks. Enthusiastic people learn faster and learn better. They are more creative, they are more ambitious. They tend not to settle for just anything and have a great will to live. Ralph Waldo Emerson said that nothing great was ever achieved without enthusiasm. And I ask you, prestigious speakers and Barcelona Toastmasters, do you want to achieve great things? Ponder that for a second. Victor was born in 1924. He was number 4 out of 8 boys and girls in a family that constantly struggled financially. At times, they made enough money to live, maybe a bit more, but sometimes they were not that lucky. When he was just a child, he didn't even own a pair of shoes. Those were tough times. But regardless of that, he became a playful, energetic, and adventurous boy, was always onto something. Once, he was working on an experiment for which he needed a cylinder with a hole in it. He found one on the street, so he took a hammer, a nail, and the moment he gave it the one and only hit, boom! The thing exploded. Little did he know that the cylinder was actually a tube of dynamite. The stunt cost him 4 fingers of his left hand. Believe me, that must have hurt a lot. But he didn't change. He kept on being the playful kid. He kept on having that determination, that trait that made him be a man with a great desire to excel. When he finished high school, he had to move to another town to get a job because his parents could not pay for his university education. Actually, he had to work 3 different part-time jobs for a long time, only having the last hours of the night to study with the help of candlelights. A few years passed, and his dedication and the lack of electricity in the only house that he could afford cost him his sight, forcing him to wear very thick glasses forever. But he was determined to get ahead, so he finished his university degree, he graduated as an engineer, and got different jobs in different companies. He moved to various cities. He knew what he wanted, and he knew he was going to get it sooner or later. He was so determined that he even learned to play tennis at the age of 40. Of course, he never became a star at it, but he was always eager to participate in tournaments and give the best that he could possibly give. Victor, my grandfather, was full of enthusiasm. He could have become a grim and grumpy kid after having lost 4 fingers. But he didn't. He could have not pursued his university degree because his parents couldn't pay for it. But he did. He could have not learned to play tennis at the age of 40. But he played almost every day for the rest of his life up until the day before he died at the age of 8. It's true that we won't find that type of people everywhere and every day. As a matter of fact, we tend to be surrounded, except from here, by negative people. People who are envious of other people's successes. These individuals tend to not have a clear set of goals and live in some sort of a vicious circle of pessimism and regret. The bad news is that this type of attitude is extremely contagious. And if we are not careful, we will get trapped into that little bubble. The good news is that enthusiasm is contagious as well. And if we surround ourselves by fun people, we will have fun, like last night. If we surround ourselves by hard-working colleagues, we will learn to work hard. If we surround ourselves with teammates, competitive teammates, we will learn to play to win. And you ask me, Sebastian, how about all those tasks that we have to do, but that are boring? That's how it goes. But if we have an open mind and we put dedication onto those, we will end up finishing them fast and then move on to the things that we really enjoy. Of course, if nothing we do brings out our enthusiasm, then, my friends, we need to look somewhere else. Fellow Toastmasters, enthusiasm is not rocket science. It's actually a very simple state of mind. But it's easier said than done, as we constantly take it for granted in spite of its benefits. So today, I want for each and every one of us to re-experience what true enthusiasm is and hop back on to that roller coaster that we call life. One of the keys to do that is to wake up with a big fat smile. It's plain and simple, big fat smile. And we'll do it the easy way. Tonight, when you get home, go get a Post-it and get a pen and write down the word smile on it. Or draw a smiley face, whatever you prefer, whatever gets you off. And you'll put it on your bathroom mirror so that every morning you have a reminder of smiling. I won't tell you what will happen next. You'll have to discover that for yourselves. But who knows? Next year, when we're all back here, singing along in the karaoke, maybe when we get out and have a smoke or have a drink, you'll come approach me and tell me how such a small thing changed your life.